Thank you, Hindi team. Thank you, Sahani sir. Now we are beginning the English session. Before beginning the session, we'll have a silent prayer. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Today is our 1857th day of continuous webinar. Thank you all the participants for joining with us. Today's our speaker is Dr. Kanchan Upreti. She's gold medalist in BHMS from Nehru College, and she's a homeopathic physician, researcher, and international speaker and author. And she has membership in German Sleep Research Society, European Sleep Research Society, and member of Liga Medicorum Homeopathica Internationalis. And she has presented 5 papers internationally in short span of time. Within 1 year, she presented 5 papers. And she even came for the IFPH 5th year celebration and presented papers here. And she is more than that, she is our young, energetic doctor and our pride of IFPH. And I'm very happy to welcome you, dear Dr. Kanchan. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, all the esteemed doctors and the students and everyone present here for this discussion today. It's an honor to present before such esteemed practitioners, especially presenting this topic, which is a very deep researched and very different topic. And I wish to explore this topic because this resonates deeply with our shared commitment to understanding and enhancing the healing process. So I have named this topic as the Symphony of Vital Force, we can say. And symphony, we all know that a long piece of music that is related to orchestra, that is made for orchestra. So I have connected this with musical strings. So, as a junior and you can say a young practitioner, I have often found myself, you can say, in profound awe of like how homeopathy works. And still, there is a question, not amongst the practitioners from conventional medicine, not amongst the patients or students or other people, but also amongst us, that how homeopathy works. Uh, there is a curiosity that how the remedies exert their influence, what is the mechanism that underpin their efficacy, we would say. So this curiosity has led me to delve into the research that how there is an intersection between classical homeopathy and the modern scientific research. So this is the purpose of the talk, I would say, that to bridge the wisdom of our homeopathic science and with this contemporary scientific findings, we know, particularly in the trend of, we would say, biophysics, biophotonics, the consciousness, the mind body interplay, and all these things. So, by doing so, we can enrich our knowledge and we can enrich the more and more research regarding vital force, homeopathy, and how it succeeds towards more, you can say, more progress and more evidence studies. So I would like to share my screen. So first of all, let's start with the introduction. Let us start with the historical foundations of vital force. We know about the Hahnemann's vision that Samuel Hahnemann, the founder of homeopathy, no fine. He described vital force, that is the dynamics, as invisible, immaterial energy which animates the living organisms and maintains health. Now, disease, when we talk about disease and how Hahnemann described that, he taught that it is a disturbance of this vital energy. That's why we say that vital energy, it is the essence of life. And cure is when the restoration of the harmony is done, then the cure is done. So, cure consists in restoring its harmony through dynamic remedies. Now, when we talk about the ancient parallels, it's not just homeopathy which described about vital force or which talked about vital force, but it was also other science. Like when we talk about Ayurveda, in Ayurveda it is pran. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is kai. And in yoga, it is pran or life force. So all describe a dynamic energy which is flowing through the body. and whose harmonious flow means health, and whose blockage or derangement leads to illness. So this means if there is any derangement in vital force, then there will be illness which is presented in the form of symptoms on the outer plane of the body. So these philosophies laid early groundwork for the idea that beyond matter lies a vital principle of life. That's why I said beyond matter, the vital force in homeopathy and the science of subtle energy. So this is how it relates each other with each other. Now, revisiting vital force in classical homeopathy, we all know that as per Hahnemann, we know that it is dynamic, invisible, and the true essence of life. So let's take this true essence of life as a part and now connect this with the other line that disease is not merely physical, it is a disturbance of this vital force. So this true essence is now connected to the other line as I just mentioned. When we talk about the remedies, they what they do, they act gently to restore balance, allowing the body to heal itself. That's it. What they are doing, they are just making the vital force energize again to restore back to health. When we talk about role in homeopathy, in our practice, we recognize that diseases arise not merely from physical pathology, but from disturbances in the vital force. And remedies, therefore, act as catalysts to restore harmony to this vital energy. So, this is very clear. Now, when we talk about the case example, let us consider a patient who is presenting with chronic insomnia. So, despite any diagnostic, when the patient comes to us with persistent symptoms, this clearly suggests us that there is some imbalance in vital force. So, we select a individualized remedy, and after a well chosen remedy, which is tailored to its individual totality, it can restore the balance and alleviate the symptoms. So, this alleviation is just restoration of the vital energy back to its state of health. Now, the main points to emphasize, which I have related with the music, as I said, with the strings of orchestra, let's think the body as a symphony, a long musical paper which is made for the large orchestra. Now, the vital force is the orchestra of the body. The remedy is the conductor with gently tuning the instruments. Now there is a huge respect for individuality because no matter how we connect vital force with health or with dynamic energy or anything, but there is something that is individuality which makes uh, a which let us to make a decision, come to a decision that how it will be related to the cure. No two patients with similar symptoms are treated identically. This is what we understand about individuality. Now, let us understand this very simply. Think of the body as a symphony. When one instrument is off, the music suffers. That is, the patient suffers. Now, remedies, which are the conductor, they restores harmony not by force but guiding the orchestra. Orchestra is vital force. So, the conductor, that is the remedy, they are guiding the vital force, that is the orchestra, back into tune. As soon as the orchestra is back into tune, the music stops suffering, all the symptoms are abolished. This means the body of the patient was suffering. The patient was suffering physically, mentally, emotionally. As soon as the remedies worked to restore the orchestra, that is the vital force, back into tune, the patient got better. So this is very simple. Hahnemann terms the simillimum, that is the correct remedy after individualizing the case, after taking the whole case and then totality of the symptoms and individualizing it. Then the simillimum is like a tuning fork because it matches the vibration of this vibration matches the patient's disturbance and cancels it out. So it restores the harmony. This is very simple. Now, vital force meets modern perspectives. I've gone through a number of research papers, and after going all of them, I've come to the conclusion, and all of this content has been revised again and again. And then I came to the conclusion that these are the main points which needs to be put in front of everyone, because these are very essential for future research perspectives. First, the cell and the energy. Every cell in the body communicates with others, and this communication can be seen as the energetic expression of vital force. Now, when we relate to biophotonics, research shows living organisms emit low level light, that is the biophotons. This may correspond to vital force, showing that life has an energy signature. And this is not just something I'm telling, or this is not just a theoretical part. This is under research also. And there is scientist which named Stan Kalisko, and he has researched about this in 2006, and he's a professor which is known for his research in fields related to homeopathy, biophotonics, and bioenergetics. The article titled Two Centuries of Expectancy, From Endogenous to Exogenous Homeopathy, Biophotonic Explanations. This was featured in November 2006 in the issue of Homeopathy for Everyone. So this is a scientific research which is being done, and still there are so many researches which are still going on. Next is the quantum insights. So without going into complex math, I would say studies suggest that water and biological systems retain information, and this influences the living organisms. So I will explain this later when I will explain about water memory phenomenon, which is very important when we talk about the highly diluted remedies in homeopathy, and how the scientists and other researchers have been done and related with this concept of water memory phenomena and the dilution in homeopathy. So clinical example is very clear that patients with migraines, they respond to belladonna. Now take it more simply. Physically, nothing major is abnormal. In patient with migraines, we see physically there is nothing that we can see, right? Yet the remedy restores balance. Then there is a question: what did the remedy restores, and how it does the same? So energetic correction happens first, and then the physical improvements. So this is how the restoration comes to the plane from the very deep. The next is bridging homeopathy and energy science. So here comes the energy imprints in remedies. And what are the imprints? That how the remedy retains the information imprints after, even after going dilution, how it retains that. So homeopathy posits that its remedies work on energetic or vibrational level. So during preparation, a substance is serially diluted. We all know how the remedy is prepared, how the different dilutions are prepared. So it is serially diluted and succursed. By the time a high potency is reached, no molecule of the original substance may remain. So what is that? So how is the remedy acting? If we go that what is the mechanism, then this is the mechanism, but how is it acting? What is there which making the remedy valuable for action and for curing the disease? So here it is that the remedy retains an information imprint, and this information is related with water memory, which is the research which is being already done, and it's still going on, and all the homeopathic doctors know about this. So scientific hypothesis suggests that the structured water or alcohol matrix in remedies restores the information essentially. So what is happening? The remedy carries a signal or frequency pattern specific to the particular substance which is original. So this is water memory. And we also know that there are institutions like Indian Institute of Technology also in Mumbai, which has done research and still going on about nanoparticles, about biophysics. They are doing for homeopathy specifically. Now, vital force interaction. When a homeopathic remedy is given, it is believed to resonate with the patient's vital force or biofield. So simply we talk about it is resonating with the patient's vital force. But when we go for evidence, or when we talk about how is it doing, or what is the mechanism, then we talk about the biophysics, biophotonics, biofield. Biofield covers both these. Rather than a direct biochemical action, the remedies energy triggers a self-healing process. It nudges the disturbed vital force. It will take it back to the equilibrium. So here is the water memory phenomenon and the research I have mentioned that many research explores how water retains information about dissolved substances. That is the remedies we prescribe. It's all about homeopathy here. The concept of water memory suggests that water can retain information about substances previously dissolved in it, even after extensive dilution. This phenomena, though controversial, has been explored to understand how homeopathic remedies exert their effects. So this is very clear that this is controversial, we all know, yet it has a very powerful impact on the research world. Now, remedies as energy modulators. Here we see, we know the references from Hahnemann on individualized treatment and Dr. Kent on symptom hierarchy. We know that he emphasizes on the mentals and then the physicals. So all the stalwarts, whether Hahnemann, Kent, or anyone else, be it individualized treatment or when we talk about the symptom hierarchy, it's all about a plane that mapping a patient's journey. And it starts with disruption of the vital force, then the remedies given, rebalance of the energy, and then the symptom relief. This is a process which is happening at the back end, and this is how the mechanism of the disease is working, and this gives the uh, this gives the path to the remedy how to act. For example, if we talk about a patient with chronic migraines and anxiety might present with a particular energetic imbalance, and this energetic imbalance is stress blocking the flow of vital force in the head region plus emotional turmoil. So this is the energetic imbalance which we are talking. So the vital force is disrupt, and what are the factors which are disrupted? The stress which block the head region, and the it has produced an emotional turmoil. Now after a detailed consultation, a remedy is given, for example natromure or pulsatile or any remedy in hypertension. Over subsequent weeks, not only the migraine diminishes, but the patient reports that he or she is feeling lighter, better. There is not just improvement in the pain, but also the mood. There is resilience to the stimulus which was triggering the patient. Now, interpret this as the vital force being realigned. This is nothing but the vital force is realigned. Now, the remedy's subtle stimulus, which is the subtle energy, this helped the body, mind, spirit to heal itself. Because this nothing has happened. Only the vital force has been restored back to its original energy, which the patient was having earlier before he or she was having the migraine. So outcomes underscore that remedy acted on an energy plane first, which then manifested as physical improvement. Now, here is some conclusion and key takeaways I would say. First, that vital force remains the cornerstone of homeopathy. Remedies act as energy modulators because they are just restoring the vital force back to its normal state. They restore the harmony across the body, mind, and consciousness. And some modern research provides supporting frameworks, not replacement. So, what we all need is a research, a collaboration with conventional medicine practitioners as well, with some institutes which are already doing the research on this, like some Indian Institute of Technology, which are still involved in this research. And they have claimed also that there is no energy particles or anything in homeopathic medicine. But we all know that the research is still being going on. So we as a responsible practitioner, as a future doctors and other doctors also, I would say that we should go for it and we should collaborate with them, and we can give them the proofs, we can give them the ideas how to proceed further with this research and how to publish the research papers after the outcomes, that this is all about evidence based medicines and nothing as a placebo effect all the time. Observation, documentation, and openness to interdisciplinary research will advance our understanding. And we all know that. We all know that there is always a question, as I would say, in our clinics also, that we are treating patients, but there is one problem. Sometimes we see that the patients are getting better, but beyond our expectations. We see that this medicine was given, suppose the medicine was given for headache. The headache is better. But apart from headache, there were a lot of other problems as well, which got much better than the headache. So we wonder how this happened, or what there were some problems that the patient forgot to mention during the case taking, but these problems got better after a single dose of the medicine for some other disease which he or she mentioned. So this is something which we always got wondered about, that how did this happen, and what all was the mechanism of the remedy, how did it work, was that vital force which was restored, or this was just a placebo effect. So sometimes we are also in confusion. So for that, I would say that we need strong documentation, strong observation, and especially the openness for such research. Amongst ourselves also we can do that, and after collaborating with our proper documentation, we can go for further evidences and further publish, further publishing these results. So this is the call to action, which I would like to say, that today we explored vital force from both classical and modern perspectives. We know this integrates thoughtful insights and continue advancing our practice for the benefit of patients worldwide. And this was very important. As practitioners, we are in a unique position to contribute to this emerging field, because after documenting, sharing our observation, and engaging with the scientific community, we can advance the understanding of vital force. And I would say this is the vital force which needs attention, because here starts the proving of evidence. Here starts documenting homeopathy as evidence-based medicine at all the levels, and avoiding the criticism. I would say not avoiding, but making it firm that no one could criticize homeopathy. So this is very important, which I think everyone should stand for, and everyone should go for the research and should support, either be the supporting the young practitioners, or allowing the young practitioners to work with our esteemed doctors, and let us work for the society, work for homeopathy, and make it more impactful. And let us present in front of everyone as the the solid edge, which is making homeopathy remarkable. So here are some references which I have gone through, and if I would say, this whole presentation was based on the facts which were taken from these researches which are already done, not only about homeopathy, but these were also about the dilution. It's not that we just have to look for homeopathy papers or just look for vital force, but we should know the base, that what exactly we need to prove in homeopathy. We should know, it should be very clear to us that how homeopathy works. If we know the working and everything, then we can work further on the research which is already being done, and how to tackle with the criticism which is every day going on with homeopathy, conventional medicine, and other systems of the medicine. So if we go through these researches one by one, I've gone through, like first if we say, I've had these references for a reason, because these are very important for the point of view from everyone, that it is not just a presentation which I have made on the basis of theoretical or any, we can say, on a research on the internet, but this is about the papers, that papers which are being published way back on 2006, in 2007, 15, 13, and a number of papers. So when we talk about measurement of human biofield and other energetic instruments, so it does not tell us about vital force or anything, but it tells us about how the biophotonics and the biophysics works, how it makes the biofield. And now we know that how biofield interacts with vital force, how it is relating our theory with the modern medicine that we can do. So this is the base which I made. I know that first we need to look for the how the dilution is working. We know that our remedies are diluted, and more the remedy is diluted, more is the potency, higher the potency. And then we talk about that, as Dr. Kent said, higher the mental symptoms matches uh, with the remedy, the higher potency we should give. And it is very good for the patient and it acts really well. So according to that, we know how to proceed. First take the mentals and then see how it matches with the remedy, how strong the mentals are to match with the remedy, and then we go further for the prescription. Same way we should know that what should we look first. It's not about the vital force or anything else, but it's about the dilution of the remedies, because it is about proving that the remedies do act and do miracles. So that's why we first look for the uh, basic thing, that is the dilution, how the remedy works. Are there any molecules? Not that we have to prove, and that is very important, because it is the high time that we cannot sit back, laid back, and we think of that yes, remedies do work. People keep talking. Let's not continue with any research because we know that homeopathy do work. Why not let us prove that? It will also enhance and it will also enrich our knowledge more and more about homeopathy, and we can more publish in future, so that the coming generation should not face the same as we are facing, and they should not keep on proving that homeopathy do work, there is no placebo effect. No, they should also explore more and more, and they should go further, not laid back with the same thing, and not working on the same, and not uh, getting criticism, facing the criticism for the same thing as we are doing. So they should move further and do more and more research, new research we need, not the same thing. So for this, I think we should start and we should complete with this. The biofield and hypothesis, which was published in 2015, and it's that is biophysical basis and role in medicine. Here also there is a importance of biophysics which is mentioned in the medicine. So there are a number of papers likewise. This is the overview of the biofield concept, its implication for medical science. So I hope you all are understanding what I'm talking about. It's about the subtle energy that is working behind, and it needs to be taken further, and it should be looked into. It needs to be looked into very firmly and with evidence. That is the thermoluminescence of ultra high dilutions of lithium chloride. So here, I did not go for the homeopathic remedies. I went for this term, that is ultra high dilutions. Still, there is some essence. And this essence is affecting the essence of life, the true essence of life, that is the vital force, the immaterial, the dynamic energy that is affecting that. So I went to discover how these high dilutions are being discussed about, are being researched about, and then I connected these to the vital force of our homeopathy. These are the experimental evidence which suggests that water retains structural memory at extreme dilutions. And that's all we need, nothing else. This is the simple thing we need to first search how the water, that is, we all know that many people, many doctors, many conventional medicine doctors, many other people also, I'm not offending anyone, they also say that it's just plain water only, it's just placebo only. But here is the proof. We know the proof. But then why don't we consider this as the evidence to say it more firmly, more confidently in front of everyone, and make it a point that yes, you can call it as a water, but water has this effect. We know, we have this proof, and this is evidence based, and this is proved in all the institutes and many institutes, I would say. So this can be proved. I'm all saying all this and I'm showing all these references because I've really gone through each of these papers and have find out all the information. And very soon I'll be going to publish this paper also, this review article, systematic review. And this is very important because I want to make it a point that let it end here only, and let it stop it for all, that yes, it has. There are some limitations of every pathy, but we don't call the positive thing as limitation. We call it as evidence based, and we should prove that. The next is the defining role of structure. This is a very good paper that is in the plausibility of homeopathy, and it is about the nanostructures which may carry the homeopathic informations. This is very important, and this is the I would say quantum electrodynamics and homeopathy, which is also being discussed in institutes, which I know in Indian Institute of Technology also, about quantum electrodynamics and homeopathy, where also the water memory phenomenon has been discussed. The next being a comparative philosophical study of Hahnemannian and post-Hahnemannian interpretations. I would suggest everyone to go through this. And this is also available on our homeopathic 360 page that is doing great in promoting homeopathy. And this is a comparative philosophical study, which is very important, that how the interpretations, how the vital force is beyond the text. And this all I explained was all beyond the text which we have studied. We have studied just three terms, that it is immaterial, it is a dynamic force, and all this. But this all which I've explained, this is beyond textbooks, and this is being discussed beyond borders also, which is still under discussion, and I would really like to collaborate with them also. So the next frontier of restorative medicine regarding quantum functional energy medicine. This is also quantum electrodynamics, which is talked about. And the European Committee for Homeopathy has also published about the physical models, and these physical models are also related to these biophysics and all. So this is all about science. We have to understand that to prove something, to make it an evidence-based remedy, we have to see that it's related to science. And we have to go through the science. If we are going uh, very precisely to make it a point that it is evidence based, then we have to go through every point of the science. We have to see how it is related. We have to look for the biophysics. We have to look for the chemistry. We have to look for everything to prove it. Because for evidence, we need that. The next is the biofield hypothesis. This is also very important, that how biophysical and it is related to the medicine. So these role in medicine and biophysics, it's always related. In all these papers, if you will go through, and there are more texts also, which I'll mention later, we can see that when we talk about all these texts and others, we will see that there is one common thing, that is water memory phenomenon, and that is nothing but it is related to ultra high dilutions. And that further, if we say we make an arrow, then it will come to the homeopathy only. Nothing else, but it will come to homeopathy, because there are our medicines are diluted, and ultimately it comes to dilution. So the main purpose of this is to say this is that there are a number of researches which are going on, and dilution is a simple just one word which we need to pick and continue the research, and it is nothing else. So this is very easy to do, and I think we all can do. It's all about who picks it the best, who makes it the best, who can understand it the best, not just one way, but how we can understand it in all the ways. This is important. It's not just about doing research and everything. This topic might sound boring also. I know that this might sound that okay, this is research and everything. No, but this will be very interesting if it will be proved very soon, and it will really be interesting. So my final thought, I would say that the journey of integration, or we can say integrating the tradition with innovation, it is still going on, and we are a part of it. Every homeopathic doctor is a part of it, and we cannot stay away from this, and we should go step ahead with on our own, and we should join this research. And as we continue to explore and learn, may we remain open to the new researches, new insights, and enhance our ability to heal and serve our patients. So this is important, and thank you everyone for your kind attention to this topic, which is, I know that this is something different, but it is all known to all of us. We were just not in harmony with each other or in harmony with this topic, and we're continuing this, but we all know that this is going on and we should be a part, but we are not trying to be a part because we are more interested, or we can say we are more indulged in just only prescribing, but not making it a fact that the prescription is actually meant for curing the patient. And it's sad that it needs to be proved, but it's good that it will be just once for all. So this is good, and I look forward for a continued discussion and collaboration in this exciting field, I would say. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kanchan.
It was tiring, I know.
What?
It might be tiring, but I know that this was needed. So
yeah, really, because it's a great awareness for us. And doctors, please come forward for discussion. Those who want to talk with Dr. Kanchan. Dr. Manoj, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Kanchan. It's a really a thought-provoking one. But the question is that how much of us is ready to activate our brains? We desperately need some ignited minds. That's not happening. That is why I am using this term, is that today is the birthday of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and we all know that the book he wrote is The Ignited Minds. As you mentioned, it is the quantum physics and the quantum entanglement theory, a lot of points to be discussed, but it is not easy for us because we are mere physicians. So what happens in other branches of medicine system is that they have a separate group of persons. They're always connected to the pharmacy industry, and they are doing their own work. And they will give the information, pass the information to the doctors, and they will take up the matter further. But in homeopathy, we don't have such fellows. So we need such persons who are capable of connecting between these two. The physicist and the chemist, as well as the physicians. That's the most important. Another thing is that a simple appeal is that, so don't use the term ultra dilutions. It's not a dilutions. Who said it's dilutions? The enemies of homeopathy using these terms. It is in fact potencies.
yes.
So this, that the potentization process is an elaborate and extensive process, and done the past by just like the Jensen's potency. The handmade medicines are there. They have done extensive works. So kindly don't use the term ultra dilutions. So please use the term potencies.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think if I relate this with homeopathy, I would say that you said that it needs a lot of courage. I really agree to this. That needs a lot of courage to step ahead and start doing the research and collaborating with everyone. But just one message I would like to give, that the more we resist, the more it persists. Whatever is resisting, it will persist more, because we know that we want to do and we should do, but we are just resisting ourselves. It's getting suppressed inside us, and the suppression will come out, and it will be like in our mind just answering the criticism, not working for it. So I think at least we young homeopaths can start with this collaborating, and we can get guidance from all of you, all the esteemed practitioners here. We can get guidance how to proceed, how to go further. So with your guidance, we can start and we can achieve further.
Definitely, we need some practicing centers like the BCCI started to develop cricket. They started the MRF Foundation, Dennis Illy Foundation, Chennai. Then the Indian fast bowling really improved. Just like that, the National Homeopathy Council must do in such a way. So they give some precise training to the talented young physicians. Definitely, at that time, homeopathy will work. Then another thing is that what is needed is the investment.
Yes.
We have all other equipments. We have enough resources, but we need the investment. So at that point, that will be an ice-breaking point. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manoj. Dr. Danesh, please.
Thank you, Dr. KANCHAN UPRETI, for such a beautiful session. Because a person and the caliber of just 1 year experience has really thrilled us with your knowledge in organon of medicine and research. Because one need to connect between these two so that we can move forward. The problem with the most of the doctors are there, most of them are sitting, including me, are sitting in the clinic and just doing what so some people believe that we are doing all these things for our day-to-day butter, but bread and butter, but actually it is not. When a patient actually, I would like to point out one more point here, because we as homeopaths have, there is no need to go into the quantum mechanics, quantum physics and everything, and to show the world that homeopathy medicine has the medicine inside. That is not what, and as we all know that homeopathic medicine is, homeopathy itself works on the vital force. And it's a dynamic plane. The medicine is also working in the dynamic plane. So
Yes.
that's what we like to do. So that means that it is not the physical part of the medicine that is working on the patient, the person, but it is that it is something different. That an infinitive one that is working. So what we have to do is that we have to prove the world that homeopathy works because of that theory. And
Yes.
but unfortunately, most of the junior doctors as well as the researchers are trying to prove that homeopathy has a medicine in it, the medicinal power in it by quantity. But it is not the quantity that works. Actually, what we have to prove that, for example, what Hahnemann called that it is individualization. For example, we 5 people, Dr. Kanchan, Dr. Ganesh, Dr. Ajini, Dr. Manoj, all have fevers. But sometimes I may require like a podium, you may require phosphorus, and Ajini Malik may require ignition, and then Dr. Manoj may require Naxomica. So this is what we have to prove. If this medicine is working in this way, it is right. And this is what a homeopath need to prove. Unfortunately, we are not doing that. But
Yes.
this is what then only the coming generation of homeopaths will believe that homeopathy is right, Dr. Hahnemann is right, and the theories are right. Otherwise, people believe that we are comparing with the allopathic method. They are giving the protocol for protocol for prescriptions. What is the protocol for liver cirrhosis? What is the protocol for cardiac arrest? But actually, there is nothing like that. What we have to do is you just look at the patient and find out what are the symptoms in the patient,
Yes.
and which medicine is which is equivalent to that patient, and then when we give it as a remedy, it works.
Yes.
That need to be proved. That is the purpose of homeopathy. For example, in case of fever, we can use hundreds of medicine for even in viral fever. Even in a day, we get 10 cases of acute viral fever. Then we may use not pulsatilla, gelsemium, arsenicum, alberostox, and so many medicines at a time. But for some day, sometimes you may have to give pulsatilla to everyone, because the patients are coming and saying the same symptom, and they are doing all are mild, gentle, and they don't have test, and they are having changeability.
Yes.
Then naturally we may have to stick on to pulsatilla. So there is no need to prove that pulsatilla is the medicine for vital force, the viral fever. But we can suggest like this. After finding so many cases of viral fever, the most probable remedy for that situation is pulsatilla in Kerala, and in sometimes Rustox in Delhi, or Hepasaf in those conditions. But it does not mean that you have to give that way. But what we have to prove is that in the individualization of the patient,
Individual.
that is what is to be proved, and that is what is right, and
Yes.
no other research actually will take us to anywhere. But the people are trying to prove that homeopathy has a nanoparticle in it, and actually that is not the end of the homeopathy, but it's only the beginning of homeopathy. What we have to prove that the homeopathic medicine works on the physical, not on the physical plane, but on the mental plane, and that is an invisible thing. And
Yes.
that homeopathic medicine potencies, that's the reason why now people are using LM potencies. They're saying even the 30th potency set is not at all a low potency. A potency in which we have 30 plus uh, 10 plus 30 zeros are there in 30th potency. That means it's a big potency. But people do have 30th potency, low potency. No, it's a big potency.
Yes, Dr. Dhanesh, but it is when comparing with the other potencies, it's low. The CM, DM, MM, then it is low. That is why using this term, this low potency. That context, I think we must go a long way because the discussions are needed. I think Dr. or Sri PV Albi is here. I think he's the research associate of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and postgraduate in applied physics. Albi sir, are you there? Would you like to speak something? To share your insight into this subtle energy?
Dr. Manoj, can you please unmute him?
Yes,
Already
please
unmuted.
unmute. Yes, sir, please. The subtle energy, I think he is the capable person who is capable of talking on subtle energy. Albi sir, are you there?
I am here, but I am not prepared about this. I have not followed this discussion actually. So at this point, what should I say?
That's why I just asked about you to give some insights into the subtle energy, the term. That's why precisely I said.
Regarding homeopathy,
Yes, sir. Please.
My thought is actually it is perfectly in line with the theories of physics. Nothing contradictory.
Yes.
Nothing contradictory. And more than the general perception about energy, there are many things in higher physics. Many things in higher physics. Just like matter waves, quantum fields, many things are there. And most of these things are not properly measured. Measurements and measurement equipment that has not been developed to that level. So the people now criticizing homeopathy as unscientific, they don't understand this mensuration, how to measure these finer forms of energy and something more than energy. Energy, generally we say it is electromagnetic energy, electromagnetic field. There are many things more than that. So unless these things are properly measured and counted and recorded, we cannot clearly explain homeopathy in terms of physics or chemistry. So this thing is largely ignored by critics of homeopathy as well as proponents of homeopathy. We still think about energy as magnetic energy, electric energy, heat, light, or quantum fields, or anything like that. But there are many things still, even after each experience with the particle colliders, when a new type of particle collider has been activated, new types of particles or finer things or finer particles which is lie for very low fraction of a second have been revealed or have been come into existence. These things are not in the purview of the present day physics. Many different things are coming up. Without taking into consideration of all these things, one cannot criticize homeopathy or explain homeopathy or attempt to explain homeopathy in terms of physics. So that is why I am waiting. I don't know, until my lifetime, there may be some explanation for this. But physics or modern physics is exponentially developing. It's an exponential growth. Even after each experience with particle colliders, new vistas have been revealed upon scientific community. And still these critics are in the primitive level, actually. The decades back, they are decades back. And with that knowledge, that limit of knowledge, they are trying to explain and criticize only. So there are many things more, many things have to be revealed, yet to be revealed. And even till now revealed, have to be properly measured. The mensuration, measuring equipment have not been properly developed yet.
Yes, sir. I think the
Talk about
critic,
vital force, how we can measure
yes, sir.
beyond our measurement.
I
These
think
things
the
have to be
opponents are
considered.
unscientific, I think. Am I right, sir? I think the opponents are unscientific, not us.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the problem. Yes. And again, we must remember that Hanuman mentioned that is the human beings are highly potentialized entity.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is mentioned.
Highly means how much?
Yes.
We cannot put a limit.
Yes.
We have to wait and see. Wait and see.
Yes, that's the main problem. So,
Yeah.
so we must retaliate that you are unscientific. That is our answer.
Right.
Yes, what Dr. Kanchan has to say about it.
No, sir, I was just wondering and wanted to ask, sir, that there are claims attempting to connect quantum electrodynamics with homeopathy, and many claims are being rejected by the mainstream scientific community for several times also. So, what would be the take of our esteemed practitioners and doctors about that? Because I am also young enough to uh, say anything on that, and I would really like to know, because I was a bit curious to know about this.
Yes.
That how is
I think these are all, as mentioned by our master, cunningly devised for convenience. That's the right term used by that sentence used by Hanuman. Yes.
so? Thank you, sir. This is very nice.
Thank you. Now I'm inviting Dr. Ram Parvesha for giving vote of thanks to Dr. Kanchan. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anjali, and everyone. Namaskar, Dr. Dhanesh, Dr. Manoj, and Dr. P. Alvi. Sir, very nice. Describe the homeopathic science and vital force and medicine. So, actually, homeopathic true science, natural and perfect science according to scientific way. Homeopathic science, quantum physics, and biochemistry. And homeopathic
I think that's a
similar
problem.
in disease, main cause of disease, dynamic, and the vital force is a dynamic. Its vital force is a dynamic. So similar in disease and similar in and medicine is the dynamic. So very nice explanation, Dr. Kanchan Upreti. Very nice. On behalf of host
Thank you so much.
homeopathic is the great science. Har ghar homeopathic, har ghar homeopathy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So thank you everyone for joining our session. Thank you everyone, and bye-bye. Now it is a time for the Malayalam session. I am inviting Dr. Shaila for moderating Malayalam session. You are welcome, please.